shadows asleep amidst the trees. Bats all are swaying in the breeze. But one so light, anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown, don't dare let her tremble alone. For the witcher, heartless cold, paid in coin of gold, he comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep woe. It's all silent for the night. Hours turned in as daylight dies. But when so light, anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags and wraiths, my dear Dolly.
Hi everyone and welcome to our Haunted Connection show here on this lovely Tuesday evening. I hope you're all doing well. We are bringing this to you from the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicester, and of course we're sponsored by Sims Vintage Antiques in Woolmorran near Stratford. So again, a big welcome to everybody. So we did have a guest planned for tonight, but unfortunately he's not very well. So we're going to reschedule that in at a later date. So tonight we thought we would just discuss a few things that have been going on at the centre, and of course put all your comments, any questions, any thoughts that you've got down in the comments as you follow our chat. If you've got a question about anything in general, you can just stick it in because we're quite open tonight to talk about anything and everything. We're going to start off tonight by just discussing a few things that have been sort of going on at the centre over the last weekend. Because being as we're now all in lockdown, of course, Neil can still work up at the centre. So he's been bringing the members 3 different live feeds over the weekend. So we're gonna sort of ask Neil about those because only the members would have seen those. And you did try 3 different experiments, didn't you, Neil, up there?
We did, yeah. It's yeah, like it's like you interviewing me tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to grill you. I'll interrogate you.
Oh God. Yes, we did. We did because we're, like Jane said, we are allowed to go up there because we work up there and we can't do the work we do anywhere else. So that's how we're getting around this. So we were, when I say we, it was me, Amy and Ant up there. So that's our own little bubble. So we're keeping within the guidelines as we've done all the way through this lockdown and the other lockdown. Friday night, we did a live feed. It was me on my own sitting in the shelter.
Yeah, so talk us through that because that was quite. I mean, some of the members would have been able to see you, but a lot of people probably wouldn't have been able to see you because they're not members. So talk us through that and let us know what happened.
Yeah, I sat in the shelter and I did a Ouija board in the shelter, and it was really busy actually. The centre is turning into a very special item. I don't know why. Well, I do, but the centre is turning out to be a very special item. And I was the shelter. Sorry, what did I say?
The centre.
Oh no, the shelter. There's loads of comments come up. Let me put some of the comments up and I'll carry on.
Some comments up.
Martin says, hi all, cannot wait till next year till I come to your place. Thanks, Martin. Bloss says there's an echo, but I can't hear an echo.
I can't hear an echo.
Pamela says, if it's okay for carpet shops and the like to be open, so can you. That's what we're saying. Sarah says, Amy's mirror scrying session was very interesting. Did she appear to get overshadowed? We'll talk about Amy's live in a minute. So mine was sitting in the shelter. I felt quite comfortable in it, I must admit. I weren't nervous, which is not like me. I thought I was going to be a bit scared because I'm a bit of a big girl's blouse when I'm on my own. But it was nice, and the conversation I was having was really nice. So that was really good. A lot of people.
I felt the same thing in that show. Do you know when we did it live, and you could, when you were sitting in there, it felt cozy, it felt warm, and sort of, it didn't feel intimidating or scary at all. No,
I could quite easily sit in that all night.
Yeah, that's what I said on the time.
It felt safe, but then again, it would have felt safe, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I do think there was quite a few spirits around me.
Yeah, there was.
A lot of people were picking up things. I can't remember. Did we hear some bangs or something?
Yeah.
So mine was I enjoyed it. The hour flew by as ever so quick as always.
Yeah.
So you were watching, Jane. You tend to let, when you're watching our live feeds, you tend to let all the others.
I do, because I don't want to flood the chat with lots of things and everything else. And I want other people to sense things and say what they're feeling. And I can chuck little bits in to sort of help you along, but I don't necessarily want to flood it with lots of stuff, because obviously other people are there to sort of bring in their thoughts and what they can see and what they feel and their experience of what's going on. So, usually I do sort of sit back a bit and let everybody else have their say. And,
which is nice. And quite a few people were making comments about I think somebody was seeing somebody to my side and that sort of thing. So my lone vigil in the shelter was really good. I enjoyed it. It was strange doing a Ouija board on my own.
Yeah.
I've never done one on by myself before. So that was a bit strange.
There was lots of energy in there, and I'm not surprised that you had lots of sort of activity and lots of responses on there, because you can feel the energy changing. And I do feel that there were lots of people in there with you. And the little experiment that we did with the shelter, I do think it's it's an ongoing experiment, and I do think it's definitely been worthwhile.
Working. It's definitely working. So while I was doing that, Amy and Ant were in the sounds room, and they did. Amy did an Esther's Esther's method in the sounds room. I think that's right. So we recorded that. So that is recorded as live. So over the next couple of weeks, that will be put out to the members' pages again. So each of the 3 nights, we did sort of 2 live feeds. But if you know what I mean, we've recorded two sessions each night. So we've got lots more to come for the members. That was a bit weird as well, because Amy, she sort of she was changed at the end. I was a bit concerned by, as I was on Saturday night, the one we did live with Amy. But they had lots of technical problems with the cameras in the sounds room. No, they had to start a couple of times.
And the batteries got drained and things as well, didn't they?
Drained, So I won't say too much about what happened in the sounds room on the Friday night, because that video is going to come out possibly towards the end of this week or beginning next week. On Saturday night, we did another live feed, and that was Amy on her own in the sounds room. Yeah,
and that was good. It was really good to watch.
I am glad it wasn't me on my own in the sounds room, but that will come. That will come towards the end of lockdown, I will spend time on my own up there. And that was a bit weird, wasn't it? You were watching.
Yeah, it was good, but you know, I think we're all, and I know quite a few people getting concerned because she was there.
Yes.
And honestly, and I know people, you know, do it because they care, but we don't do anything at the centre that we're not prepared for, or we're not, you know, we do put ourselves in these situations, and we're well aware of the consequences and what can happen. And the only way that we can really push the boundaries is to go beyond what we think might be safe. But we do it all at our own risk, and we're well aware of the consequences. And I think she was, you know, she managed it really well, as she does. She's very confident. She's very, she's very knowledgeable. And I think as soon as things were getting too much for her, she would say and sort herself out. So,
yeah.
You know, we have to trust in the investigator who's there, you know, that they know what they're doing, and that they've got the ability and skills and the understanding to just get out if they feel it's too much.
Yeah, and also, I know you were watching, Jane, and to myself were watching. We were in the dolls' room, so we were watching, and we were seeing people's comments coming up in the chat saying, "Who's looking after her?" And they thought we should get her out, but like Jane says, this is why we're all involved in Haunted Antiques. We want to push things forward, and we want to take it further. If Jane had messaged me and says, "Neil, there's something wrong, get her out of there," I would have done.
Yeah.
Not I don't trust other people's opinions. I do like to see other people's opinions. But as soon as if Jane ever says, "Neil, that's too much," we will stop it.
Yeah. But we've been working with Amy for a long time, and we trust her. She, you know, she's a fabulous person to have on an investigation, because she's not easily scared, and she will go as, you know, as far as she can. Yeah. And to get that experience, because she's very experienced in what she does, and she wouldn't let herself come to harm or risk. And you know, she's got enough sense about her to do the right thing and to look after herself.
Yeah. Let me just put this couple of comments up. Sarah says, I was quite worried about her. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. If, like Jane says, one of the biggest things
was just going quiet. We're just not used to her being quiet, are we?
No. If you're spending time with Amy, you know her mouth don't shut. She's obviously not watching you. Amy don't shut up. Bless her. Karen says, "Evening, guys. I love paranormal stuff. I watched tons of videos on the subject, but never seen anything, and used to believe it was real, but now don't believe it's real anymore." So what would you say to Karen, Jane?
If that's your experience, and that's sort of what you've you know, what you've come to believe, then everybody's got their own opinion, and you know, it's all based on sort of your skills and it's all based on your sort of experiences that you've had. And if you come across an experience that is sort of that has made you sort of feel that it's not real, then you know, that is entirely your opinion. And you know, what I would say is just don't give up too soon, because it's not just sort of, when we say paranormal, there is so much out there in the paranormal field. You know, you've got your cryptids, you've got fairies, you've got aliens, you've got all sorts of things like that. And it's not just sort of the ghosts and spirit side of it. So, you know, don't give up just yet. Perhaps have a look at some other things and see if you're sort of more drawn to anything else in the paranormal. Yeah. But, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's why we do this stuff, so we can explore, investigate, and everything else, so we make up our own minds about what we feel is true and not true.
Or just come to the centre, because we have converted a few people, haven't we?
We have. We've had a few skeptics up there, and it's certainly changed the way that they think once they've spent some time in the centre.
Yeah, Sarah says, "Karen, you need to visit the Haunted Antiques." And then Sarah said she did go quiet. She did. Karen says, I'd love to visit.
Yeah,
So,
we'd love to have you.
Oh, then Sarah says, I think this is in reply to Karen, whereabouts do you live? Happy to invite you next time I'm there. So there you go, Karen. Come up with Sarah. Sarah's booked in next year. So that was Friday night. So Friday night was the sounds room, just doing what the sounds room does, isn't it? It's
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night. Saturday night in the sounds room. No one.
Because she's got the spirit box on as well, hasn't she? And she was getting some really good stuff from the spirit box as well.
Yeah. So that was good. Meanwhile, while Amy was in the sounds room on her own, Ant and I were in the dolls room. Again, we did a Ouija board. And the Ouija session we did was fantastic. Even Jane doesn't know what happened.
No.
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 It was really, really nice. I always say that you don't have to have demons and evil people coming forward to have an interesting ghost hunt or paranormal night. We had a little boy come forward, named Jamie. We've never had him in the centre before, but he's connected to one of the clowns.
Oh.
Can you remember, Jane? We had two clowns. Look, they were very similar.
Yeah.
But one isn't there anymore.
Yeah, they're the ones we got from Sims when we had the two children playing on the floor on the SLS. Yeah.
Well, his brother's with him, and he's about 5 or 6, but he couldn't read and write, so he couldn't spell out very well. So we just answered yes and no sort of questions.
Yeah.
But he is upset that the other clown's not there still. So I'm going to try and get him back.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
But he was telling us about what they do and where they go and all sorts. So that was really nice. And then he wanted to give us a message. So he got one of the other children, our Bob, to come and help him.
Oh.
So he spelt out a message for us. So that was really nice.
Are we allowed to know the message, or we got to wait and watch?
You've got to wait and watch.
Yeah.
So if you want to see it, you got to become a member. So that was really nice. Okay, Sunday. It was Ant's turn to go solo. He was in the Chamber of Fear on his own. Again, Ant doesn't get scared. He's like Amy. They're not like me. I'll get scared, but Ant doesn't get scared. But that was an interesting live feed as well. I think they're getting lots of people around him. I think he was even footsteps and that sort of thing. So again, you watched, Jane. What did you? Because when we're watching from the other room, we don't have the volume on because we're recording.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was being said or anything, but
yeah, I thought it was good. It was a different experiment. It was, I mean, you could see it was completely genuine at the fact that he didn't even know what the time was and he sort of ran over the time. You know, and I mean, if you know the Chamber of Fear, you know, it's just a little room and there's not really an awful lot that you can do. There's not an awful lot you can do in that room. So but it is a strange room to be in on your own. And I mean, I've sat in it a few times on my own, and you know, most of those times I was just glad to get out. But his experiment, just putting the blindfold and the earphones and just telling us the messages that he's got was really good.
Yeah. So that was really good.
Saying what's coming to his head.
Yeah. And that's what we want. Whenever people come to the centre or teams come to the centre, we always say, whatever comes into your head, say it. And that's important to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's loads of messages. I think Sarah's sorting Karen out to get up to the centre.
Yeah, that's good.
Be good to see her. Then Sarah says, good to hear tapping during Ants Live, which is good.
Yeah.
But so the 3 lives that we did over the weekend, I thought were fantastic.
Yeah. And they're different as well. It's not
all
just like,
different.
it's not somebody running around the same old graveyard or somebody
That's
just
right.
continually calling out in the same place doing the same thing. And it's, yeah, it is, you know, they're all different, and it's always refreshing to watch something a bit different.
Yeah. However, saying that, the 3 lives that we broadcast live were fantastic. The 2 recorded ones were really interesting, I thought. But my favourite was the recorded one that me and Amy did in the tea room Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course, Jane. Even Jane doesn't know this one.
No.
As we said earlier at the start of the show, the shelter is very, very good. We had a soldier come through into the tea room who said he'd just walked through the shelter. That's what he spelt out. We were using the writing planchette.
Yeah.
Okay, with yes and no, maybe. So he'd walked through the shelter. And he says that he was greeted by the other soldiers who told him where he was and what we do. And they all, this happened another night as well. I think it was Saturday this happened as well. They made him welcome, right? So he asked on the writing plan, he asked if he could stay.
Yeah, that's
He
good.
asked for permission to stay.
Oh, bless him.
So he was doing all this. He was doing lots of yeses and nos. I'll tell you what happened at the end. Okay, we said, do you have a final message for us? Because we've got to go now. And can you guess what he spelled out? Bear in mind, Sunday was Remembering Sunday.
Well, it's probably something. What did he say?
He spelled out, lest we forget.
Oh.
So you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, it's coming up to that time, isn't it?
Yeah. So he says, can he stay? So we said yes. And let's put some more comments up. Bloss says, Auntie's very nice, helps me up the stairs. Sarah says, oh, you would not want to know what was in my head. Martin says, can you try to help with my question? I'm sorry, Martin, have I missed your question? Let me go back. Let me scroll back up and see if I can find your question. Oh, right. Okay, I found it. Martin says, went to Nottingham Justice Centre a few weeks back, and I need to go over there in courtroom for no reason, as he needed to go to the courtroom for no reason, started crying. Cannot explain that. Can you explain that, Jane? Yeah,
he's probably just got in there, and I mean, there's probably some spirit in there that is probably still hanging around, still upset, and it's probably that you're just compatible with that spirit, and you may have took on some of his emotions or his reactions, perhaps a sentence, or even perhaps, you know, he's perhaps witnessed somebody else getting a sentence who he perhaps loved very much. It's perhaps just a case of that you're able to connect with that spirit unwittingly, and you were able to take on his emotions and pick up those feelings that he had while he was in that room. I mean, I doubt very much that he would have attached himself to you or is negative or anything like that. So don't worry about anything like that. So just in that brief moment, you were able to connect with him and just take on his emotions and just I would just say just enjoy the experience and that you've got that connection.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the experience, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Paula says, is the shelter becoming a portal?
No.
No. Bloss says, think you should do the last post in the war room tomorrow.
Now, if I had my bugle, I could do that. If I was loud up there. I used to be in a marching band when I was younger, and all the years that I was in there, I always used to, me and a girl called Ruth, we always used to play the last post together at the remembrance services.
Really?
Now, there's a fact you didn't know.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So if you've got a bugle, I could play the last post, but I'm not allowed out now at the minute. So
No,
I'm not allowed out. Yeah.
no, you're
I won't
banned,
be up
didn't you?
to tomorrow anyway.
And Martin says, thanks, as I never cry, not for a long time. Just pick it up in the emotions. Pamela says, the back looks like it goes on and on. I know it's the wall, but it's odd. I think
Yeah.
she's on about the shelter.
Has Pam seen it while it's been up then, or is it just the video that you've seen? Is it just this video that you've seen?
It's just the video she's seen.
Yeah, the live feed. Because people haven't been up there, have they, since the shelter's been up?
Don't think so. And Sarah says, love when you have spirit communication with people in the military.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this, it's basically over the weekend we did 6 spirit communication sessions. 3 were broadcast live to the members, and 3 will be broadcast to the members as live.
Yeah.
So if anyone who's not a member would like to watch these videos, becoming a member is so easy. It costs you just £25 for life, and you get added onto the members network on Facebook, and that's where the videos will be shown live. You get lots of different discounts. You get 10% discount on the shop that we have, 10% discount at Sims Vintage Antique Centre, 50% off online paranormal courses with Paralearning, 10% off ghost events with Ghost Hunter Tours, who go all around the country, 15% off Angelic Minds Paranormal, and they go all around the country doing ghost events. And next year you'll be getting 10% off all our events, because next year we'll be taking guests around the centre ourselves for investigations once a month. What else are we doing next year? Next year we're also doing the seances again once a month.
Yeah.
And they were really good.
We've also got the talks coming up, haven't we?
We've got talks. We've got movie nights.
We've got afternoon teas. There's lots and lots of things. So investigating, you can come and investigate with me and Neil.
What more can you ask for? That's worth that's worth 25 quid.
Yeah.
And also we're going to be doing psychic fairs, and we're going to be doing psychic buffets and all sorts.
Yeah. The diary is getting full. It's going to be very eventful, because we've missed out all this year. We've got 2 years to cram into next year.
We are. Let's see some more comments. Sarah says, thanks so much for the lives. Means I still get my paranormal fix without going out. Thank you. And I missed Gary's comment. Let's put Gary's comment up. Gary says, it made my lad feel very sick, so he came out of the shelter. Oh, and then Gary says, meditation and circle.
Yeah, we're hoping to bring all those back next year.
And Pamela says, hope the circles are starting again. Yeah, next year. Martin says, where can I find out dates available for February and January? If you just send me a private message, Martin, and I'll give you the dates, because we are starting our events in January. So we're going to do one in January, one in February, one March, and so on. where you get to investigate the centre with us. And we'll throw some special things involved as well. Lisa says, loving the lives again, Neil. Thank you to you and the team for putting them back on. Yeah. Pamela says, snap. And Bloss says, can't wait.
Okay.
So there's so much coming up. These lives are like we keep saying, they are just to the members, because it's the members that are going to keep the centre going over this lockdown with the £25. They will continue throughout the lockdown until we can get the teams back in. And then even after lockdown, or perhaps next year when Jane's better, we might do some special lives during the week anyway.
Because we've still got to do our lone vigils, haven't we? I was doing 6 hours,
Jane.
weren't I? You were going to do your 12 hours. Oh, we won't want to forget that one. That's far too special.
Quickly moving on. Gary says, can we actually get to Pendle next year, please?
Let's hope so.
Hopefully. We missed out this year, didn't we, because of the lockdown?
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to do special lives, aren't we, Jane?
We
On
are.
our own.
Yes.
Sometime.
Yes, and we have got some other plans as well, haven't we? Some plans that have been in the pipeline for probably about 2 years. And with the Fridays.
One of the plans, we talked about this as soon as the centre opened, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think we said, oh, wouldn't it be good to do this?
Yeah.
So we are going to do them. We're not telling you what it is, because we can't start till next year, and someone else will jump in like they always do and do it first.
Yeah.
It's something that's never been done. It will be recorded and will be going on a YouTube channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Really looking forward to that.
And we're also next year we're going to do a podcast, aren't we?
We are.
From the centre. It's going to be a mix of music, stories, and chat.
Yeah.
And anything else we can think of.
Yeah, and there's all the HAPRC live feeds as well. And I know a few of them have sort of dropped off over the last couple of months, but I think people have had different issues and different things to deal with at home. But the majority of them are still going. You know, we've got the evidence show, we've got we've got this show, the Haunted Connection show. We have our Monday night live discussion. We've got the confession show. There's the lockdown loonies, and there's lots of other shows going on in the week, and they have been a lifeline for a lot of people who can't get out and do any investigating or need a paranormal fix. So we're looking at bringing all those back. I might do one perhaps once a month when we're back up at the centre, probably about a book club type thing,
Okay.
Doing books and reading, just probably recommending books for people to read on different subjects and different things they want to research, that sort of thing. But we'll see first. We need to get everything else back on track.
Okay. Here's one from Bloss. You can guess what Bloss says. This is about our solos at the centre, Jane. Jane will, don't know about you. She knows me so well.
Yeah.
Lisa says, oh, exciting. Gary says, can't wait. A great year coming up. Yeah,
it is.
It's going to be a good year next year. And Martin says,
a busy one.
Martin says, will you be open in December if you're allowed? Yes, we will. We will be. If the lockdown finishes December the 2nd, which I think is a Monday.
It's Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday. If we're allowed, the following Saturday, which is about the 4th, December the 4th. No, December the 5th. December the 4th is a Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're on the Demonology podcast.
Yeah.
So that as soon as we're allowed to open, we will be back open on the Saturdays as normal. So please come up and say hello. Bloss says, sounds good, Jane. So yeah, so next year is going to be really busy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget, the last week of the year, we've got our virtual Parameet.
Yeah. That's going to be
We
good. It's really all booked up now, isn't it?
I think we've got 4 spaces left, and they're all 11 till midnight. So
yeah.
So
well, actually, before then as well, we've actually got the Higgy Pop Awards as well, haven't we?
Higgy Pop Awards, the voting finishes on Friday. So go ahead and vote for your favourite show or podcast or Amazon Prime show, book. There's loads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, if you want to vote for us, you can vote for us.
But even if you don't, just go and vote anyway.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we love everybody's votes, but all we want to do is for just the people to go and vote anyway and just make the event itself a success.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. This one from Gary. Gary says it's going to be a busy year for you, Jane. Neil's already let you have too much time off.
I know. Apparently all the holiday forms have gone missing for next year.
No holiday for you next year. Then Martin says, I'll be there when you're open. Can't wait. Yeah, it'd be good to see you, Martin.
Yeah.
So yeah, vote for your favourite in the Higgy Pop Awards. We have.
Yeah.
Mind you, we are a little bit biased.
Yeah.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, but I think we're in sort of 5 categories, is it, all in all?
Well, there's 3 categories we're in, but in one category
the hotspot, isn't it?
We've got the hotspot, paranormal hotspot. We've got the paranormal book, which is my book, Mercurius and the Shattered Mirror, which is still available if you want a Christmas present.
Yeah, read it, love it.
And then it's the live discussion category, and we've got 3 shows in that. We've got this one, Haunted Connections. We've got the Confessions of the Paranormal Investigator. So if you want a good laugh, watch that. And we got the Booze and Booze.
Yeah, so that's good. And they're all part of the HAPRC live feeds. So
they all under our umbrella.
Yeah.
Lisa says my votes are in. Amy says, "Hi guys, did I miss much? You missed more than half of it, Amy.
Well, your ears burning. I bet they're bloody on fire by now."
Bloss says, "I've done it." Stephanie says, "Hi Amy, yes, you've missed loads."
What time do you call this?
And she works for Ghost Hunter Tours. You can imagine what their night's like. No, seriously, they are very good. Bloss says, "We'll be there if another handrail is up." Julie just sniggered then. I will put another handrail up just for you, Bloss. It's going to have a sign, Bloss's rail. So loads and loads coming up. Anything you want to say now, Jane?
Well, just I mean, people seem to people who haven't been up to the centre before are really quite keen to get up there, and there has been some fantastic stuff captured up at the centre, and I'm not sure where they would find it. Is it on the website or on the YouTube things? The films like the big mirror that got smashed in a room on its own. We've got video footage of it being lifted up and turned over and smashed.
Yeah.
We've got footage of Bob moving, haven't we, from one foot to the other. There's footage of Mouse Man jumping off the shelf that Saturday morning.
Yeah.
There's just so much stuff up there that's been captured over the nearly 3 years we've been up there. 3 years
in February. Yeah, they are. Yeah, most of the evidence is on our Facebook evidence page. So if you want to see some of the clips that teams have captured as well, not just us.
Yeah, we've had so many fantastic photographs captured.
I don't like this comment from Gary. Neil already pays you too much.
Yeah, but I'm special. That's why he pays me the big bucks.
Very
I'm
special.
very special needs.
This is Amy. It's on page 130 in Neil's book. That's the big mirror. That's the picture with Amy fixing it.
Yeah, and Amy spent what best part of a year putting it all back together again. Every little splinter, every little shard, she glued it all back together again. And the mirror is actually back in there, in the room.
There's a comment from Steph. Steph says you need to find the holiday forms for next year that have gone missing, Jane. Might need some more time off.
Yeah, well, I should need some time off when we go Pendle.
Oh yeah, that's
We
different.
all need a holiday form for that one, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we were due to go Pendle Hill, weren't we, on a Halloween? We were actually going to be on the hill on a Halloween, but obviously because of the lockdown and whatever reason, we couldn't go. So we were all gutted about that, but we'll go next year.
Yeah. But I think next year we'll be that little bit older, a little bit wiser, and we'll have even more fun, and we'll have even, we'll capture even better stuff.
What, we're going to get worse than we are now?
Yeah, crackpots on tour.
Bloss says she loves the Mouse Man.
Yeah.
Clip. That was ages ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, because he actually jumped off the shelf and almost hit Pete Barry, didn't he, in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
That Saturday morning, we captured him 3 times jumping off the shelf.
Yeah, that's cool. Gary says Steph will feel safer with Jane there.
Oh, bless.
That's at Pendle. And Lisa says Pendle Hill will be amazing. Yeah. I've got plans.
You see, I just think it's absolutely fantastic that we could just all go away as a team anyway. And the activity that we get, that's just going to be a bonus. The weekend away itself is just going to be great, going away with your mates. And any evidence we get or whatever we do there, that's just a bonus on top of the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, here's a question for Martin. Get you to give your opinion first, Jane. What's the worst thing to happen to you on a night? I think it means at the centre.
For me, I think we were doing an investigation when the worst thing, I think, we were doing an investigation, weren't we, with the 3 spirited guys, and they were there, and we were actually on the stairs, and I think it was Willie that was down the bottom of the stairs. It might have been Paul as well on the stairs, and we actually got something really quite strong and powerful through, and even at the top of the stairs, it actually punched me in the back and pushed me over the landing, and I think that's probably the worst physical sort of thing I've had happen. But it depends how you define worst. I mean, if you think of going into the mirror was one of the most intriguing, fantastic experiences that I've had. And that's, even now, I'm still learning from that. And I come across bits and pieces now that other people have written that I can completely relate to about my experience in the mirror. And that was probably one of the best things that we've done. I mean, that was Halloween last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did that. And I've actually written an article on that in the Haunted Live magazine. But that was probably one of the best things that we've done. But there's lots of little things that make it good for me, because like when I drew the men on the stairs in the bowler hat and the little boy come up to the centre about 6 months later, and he said he'd seen a monster on the stairs, and he came into the tea room, and I asked him to draw this monster that he'd seen, and he actually drew a man with a bowler hat with bad written across his chest. And the monster that he'd seen was the man on the stairs. And it's little things like that that sort of validates the stuff that we've seen already. So it's all those little bits that, there's so many good things that we've done up there, so many things that we've experienced, that it's difficult really to put them all into different sort of categories of good and bad and worst and things like that, because for me they're all fantastic experiences.
I think mine was, I was actually there when the mirror got lifted and smashed. So I actually heard that. So that was cool. And then the other one, can you remember when I think it was Three Spirit again, had the Stickman. They used an SLS camera, had the Stickman into they had this SLS pointing into the big mirror in the sounds room. And in front of the big mirror, we had a little mirror, didn't we?
Yeah.
But you could see the stick figure gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it looked like it stepped out of the mirror. Yeah. And then when it tried to go back into the little mirror, and it couldn't.
It was stuck, wasn't it?
It was like it was stuck. And so we moved the little mirror out of the way. Then it looked like it went back into the big mirror.
Yeah.
So that was fascinating.
Yeah.
So and of course the night you went into the mirror, that's quite nerve-wracking actually. Because I know we talked about it for a bit, but how long was it going to leave you?
Yeah. Well, we'd already set a timer, hadn't we? Because I'd already put my sort of music on, and I know that clicks off after 35 minutes. And if I wasn't back then, I'd have just found my way back anyway. Because that's the sort of thing you can't pull somebody out of that.
No. And then again, a bit like Saturday night with Amy's lone vigil in the sounds room. People were getting concerned for you.
Yeah.
But
look, like we've said, we are aware of the risks, and don't think that we go into these things willy-nilly. There will always be, these things will have always been thought through really carefully, and there will always be a contingency plan, and we will always agree in advance. Like I would probably say to Neil, if I'm doing this, don't touch me, don't pull me out of it, just let me come out of it on my own. Because you can cause more damage trying to pull somebody out of something like that than you can, rather than, you think you're saving them, but you're probably causing more damage.
So going forward, we do have a special live feed coming up sometime. We don't know when yet.
Yeah.
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 You know which one I'm on about?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Janie's going to do a special live feed sometime.
Yeah.
And also next year, Jane is going to go back into the mirror.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a little bit different this time. I'm going to go with her.
Yeah.
So I might come back out a dithering idiot. Well, people will say I'm a dithering idiot anyway, but
yeah. Yeah.
So that's something. And again, you see, these are going to be exclusive to the members.
Yeah.
So if you want to see these, the live feeds are good anyway, but these are going to be extra special, I think. Let's read some comments. Bloss says, that was amazing, Jane, when you went into the mirror, I think. Lisa says, I'd like to learn more around astral projection.
Yeah, I have been practicing a lot of astral projection, and it does take time, it takes patience, it takes a lot of practice, it takes commitment. The same with anything really when you work with spirit, because you've got to give yourself time to adapt, to adjust, to be able to understand what's going on with your body and your mind and everything else. So yeah, just keep practicing.
Bloss says, got to go now, arms aching after flu jab. Take care, Bloss.
Oh, take care, Bloss. Look after yourself.
I'm sure we're all sending your little great-granddaughter, Jessica, our best wishes to get better.
Yeah, lots of love and healing.
Pamela says, I've been following a guided meditation for astral projecting on YouTube. It's very good.
Yeah.
But if you want to share that onto our page, Pamela, so Lisa can look at it, I'll share it. Gary. Now, Gary does the guided meditation at the centre with you, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, I try and guide them all through the medication.
I think Gary needs medication sometimes.
But Gary, I mean, when we sort of come back, what I like to do is go around the group and find out what they did, how they managed it, what they saw, did they meet anyone, depending on what we're doing, where they've been, and all that sort of thing. And Gary usually comes back and he's done like 3 laps of the building, been here, there, and everywhere, and done nothing what we'd said in the guided meditation. And but he has a great time, so it's fine. And he always has an extra biscuit, so that's even better.
That's our Gary for you. The good thing about all this, you know, the good thing about the centre for me is all these people like Gary and Steph and Pamela and Bloss, we'd never met any of them
No,
before the centre.
no, and that's one of the most fantastic things I think about the centre, because from the centre, from people just coming up, it's built a whole community of people that are just that have now become sort of more than friends. And it's just amazing that there's just so many people, for the love of the centre, have all become friends. And
Yeah.
so the community now is really quite big, isn't it, of
Yes,
sort of
amazing.
followers, friends, supporters, and it's brilliant.
It is amazing, isn't it? And I've often said to you, haven't I, Jane? What is it about the centre? It's nothing special about the building. It's just that.
I think it's a combination of all sorts of things, isn't it? But I think one of the biggest things is because we just do it from the heart, and we just do it we do it with a genuine passion for what we do, and we don't rip people off. We don't tell people lies. We don't, you know, blow smoke up people's backsides and stuff like that. You know, it's just a genuine, honest, you know, kind-hearted sort of way of working, and I think that reflects in the people that are around there.
Yeah, definitely. Lisa says, "Thanks, Pamela. I'll take a look." Then Gary says, "We feel like a big family."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It is like a family, isn't it? It's like an extended. Yeah, the prime examples, Gail and Anne.
Yeah.
Two of the hags never met each other before they came to the centre. Now you think they'd known each other for 60 years.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're just like sisters. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you know, we've often referred to people as our para family, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that saying's true. You know, when you meet your tribe, you know you're with the right people.
Paula says no agenda other than the love of the paranormal.
Yeah.
And it's not just the love of the paranormal. It's mutual friendship and appreciation of everybody.
Yeah. And we don't like to get pulled into people's squabbles either. You know, all the squabbles that are going on Facebook, you know, we never get involved. We don't take sides with people. We don't want to fall out with anybody, but we want to stay friends with everybody. And we just don't get involved in all the drama and the falling out and the backstabbing and all that stuff. So we just trying to stay clear of all of that. I mean, sometimes we've been dragged into it, but not through our own, not through our own fault.
Yeah, that's right. Pamela says, we love Gail and Anne. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Lisa says, I came up to the centre for the first time with GHT and loved the atmosphere. It felt relaxed to start with, laugh out loud. Everyone is friendly and I loved it and I can't wait to come back. That's good.
No. See, they're the best sort of testimonies you can get, aren't they? And that's why people keep coming back, because people are made to feel welcome. And, you know, we just try and help people along their path. We're all on our own path, and it's nice when we can share it with other people and they can join you for a while on your path, and you all get to the same place where you want to be.
That's right, that's right. So much to do next year. Here's a comment from Pamela. Pamela says, well, I never killed in a previous life. Okay, if people don't know the story, Gail is my cousin now, but it turns out in our previous lives, Gail was a witch and I had a hung. And that's why she used to bully me when we were kids.
Oh, I bet you still made her pay the hangman. Oh.
Gary said it's our second home. That's all good. Nice comments. So lots coming up next year, and also don't forget to check out our Haunted Antiques and Gifts shop that we've got going. Julie's putting loads of new stuff on. Tomorrow Julie and I are going to go to the centre and take photos of everything we've got in the cabinets. So watch out for them. If you want Christmas presents for loved ones, don't go to Sainsbury's or Tesco's or wherever. Support
Amazon.
Amazon. Don't go to Amazon. Support the little people, the little shops who are struggling at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah. And if you're into the paranormal stuff, then what Julie's got for sale is fantastic. There's lots of witchy stuff. There's skulls. There's sort of oil burners. There's just so many things that just make it a bit of a different Christmas present. And it just makes it, if you've got somebody who's in paranormal with a genuine interest, then, you know, look for those sort of things. And, you know, some things are really, well, all the things are really good, and they're good price, you know, good prices as well. So, yeah, check out the shop. Yeah,
you know, if you just want to spend £1, look no further. We got badges, we got things for £1, or the most expensive is probably £30, I think. So we've got the full price range. You can find something at the centre or on our online shop. And also, don't forget the membership, £25 for life.
Well, I've just bought one of the teapots, and I can't wait to get it. You're calling me Witch's Brew Cup. I'm so excited. They've got a teapot.
She's easily impressed. Bless her. She don't get out much.
I don't get much to please me. I don't get out at all.
I'm guessing this is from Amy. Neil can't get rid of me. Pamela says, bless her, Julie's working hard behind the scenes. Yeah, have you noticed I've not had a cup of tea tonight? Just not good enough. Just joking. Steph says, auras, can't get rid of her. And Amy says, send her your funny confessions, please. Yes, because we're doing a special Christmas confession show on the Parameet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So looking forward to that.
The Parameet is 6 nights. I think it's 6 nights, running from Boxing Day night right through to next year. So if you want to see next year in with us, you can do. How cool is that?
Cool. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Hopefully we've got some people, some friends investigating the centre on New Year's Eve. So we'll be seeing next year all in together, which will be really nice. No streamers though, because I'm going to have to pick the mess up. So we if you want to see next year, because you can't go out anywhere, you can't go down the pub.
Well, so they'll probably be all open then. We'll be in the third spike by January.
And again, I think this is Amy. Are we? Yes, we are, Amy. Martin says, need to go, see you on the line next to it. Okay, see you, Martin. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, see you, Martin.
So yeah, Parameet is going to be fantastic, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's not like the festivals or the Paracons. It's not about well-known people. It's about unknown people, little people who are doing their own thing because they all work really hard, and some don't get the recognition they deserve, do they?
No, and it's nice. I think sometimes when you're a smaller team as well, you don't really get out and meet other teams, do you? And that was what sort of the whole idea really of the Parameet, wasn't it? That we can get smaller teams together and we can get everybody introducing themselves and just making friends throughout the Para-Unity in mind.
Yeah.
Because we were doing the Parameets, weren't we, once a month, and that's how we got to meet a lot of the other paranormal teams as well, like Three Spirited, and Amy came up, didn't she? Then from going
That's
to
right.
tours, and we've met so many people along the way, and we just want to build on that.
Yeah, Amy says, okay, send me your Christmas confessions. I can imagine the sort of thing there we're going to get for that, Amy.
I'm not to stuff your turkey.
Oh, I dread to think of that one. What have I let loose here now? So yeah, so that's about us for tonight. Like I say, if you want to see the lives for the members, please join. It's only £25 for life. We keep saying it, but
It's so worth it.
It is. And if you ask any of the members if they think it's worth it, I hope they'd all say yes, it is.
Yeah.
Then Steph says, will you be selling the sweatshirts at any point? That's my intention.
Yeah, they could make some really good Christmas presents.
That's my intention, but I need to kick up the backside for them.
But if you know anybody that you think would be interested in a membership, buy one for them for Christmas. It's a great package, and they you know, if they're really into the paranormal, it's just going to be something that they're really going to enjoy for the rest of their lives. It's a lifetime membership. Helps if you get it the right way up. Yeah.
And also there's this book.
Yeah.
Another Christmas present.
Got loads of good reviews. So how are you getting on with your second one?
I've done a sentence.
That's a start. At least you've started.
I've started. Okay, here's some comments about the membership. Lisa says, the best 25 quid I've ever spent. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant.
Michelle says, yes, 100% worth it. Pamela says, absolutely best 25 quid's worth. So, that's from the members. I think it's worth it even without the live fees.
Yeah.
I think the discounts, if it's up to you, if you take use of them.
Yeah.
You know, for example, the Sims, once Phil's open again, if you like antiques, you could go into Phil's shop, spend 250 quid item, and you'll get your 25 quid off it.
Yeah. And with Haunted Live, you know, you can get your money back on one night with an investigation with them.
Yeah.
So it's just well worth it.
And Ghost Hunter Tours, you do a few of them, you soon get your 25 quid off. So that's it for tonight.
We could say it's a membership that just keeps giving and giving and giving.
It is, and we'll be doing more. I'm sure next year we'll be giving special nights out, and also I forgot, we were due to take our members to Hinckley Museum.
Yeah, that came up in my diary, and I was just thought, oh,
we were. The oldest building in Hinckley is the old Knitter's Cottage. I think it dates back from the 17th century, 1700s. They don't allow paranormal teams in, so no one else will ever get to go in there for an investigation. However, they let us in because we're mates.
Yeah.
So we did book 4 nights this year. Obviously, the museum's not opened all year. So we will be doing investigations at Hinckley Museum, not the centre, it's Hinckley Museum. And Pamela just says, oh yeah, I forgot about the museum.
Yeah, and it is a fantastic place to go.
It's a lovely old building.
Yeah.
So we will be rearranging them for next year. But they are exclusive for our members. So to go to investigate Hinckley Museum, you have to be a member. I'm sure we'll be doing other nights. Plus, we're doing nights ourselves, 10% discount. So they soon add up.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've finished rambling now.
Yeah.
So that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little chat. Next Tuesday we've got Barry John as our guest.
Oh, lovely.
So we've chatted to him a few times, so it'd be nice to have Barry on. So we'll see you all again soon. Don't forget.
Just on Monday with our live
Yep.
discussion,
Yep.
because we were discussing chakras, so not chakras,
Spirit guides.
last week. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was perhaps thinking we could perhaps discuss the third eye
that's a good
on
idea.
Monday. The third eye sort of connection.
Is that a rock band?
yeah. I'll see you coming.
Okay, so next Monday discussion we'll be talking about third eye. So I'll basically leave that for Jane because
Yeah.
I don't know about that
So we
stuff.
have a plan.
Yeah, we have. Oh God,
Sort of.
sounds like a plan.
I love it when a plan comes together.
So don't forget 3 more live feeds this weekend: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I've got an idea of what Amy's going to do hers. I ain't told her yet. I might hang her out the window, out the witch's room. That's a good
Yeah.
idea, actually. I know exactly what I'm going.
Put her on a ducking stool.
I know exactly what I'm going to do with Amy on Saturday night
Cool.
for her live feed.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Bye for now.
Take care.
Was asleep.